Good morning from Pocono, Pennsylvania. We are ready for a 500-mile race for the Verizon IndyCars, the very first practice of this weekend. Helio Castroneves and Ed Carpenter, they are the top two right now. Castroneves getting up to 211.3, 210.8 for Carpenter.
Tony Kanaan is actually now ahead of Helio Castroneves on the timesheets.
Marco Andretti just moved to the top, 220.4 miles an hour. Tony Kanaan goes number one. Kanaan 221.3 miles an hour. The checkered flag now flies at the start-finish line, so this practice session is complete. And welcome back to Pocono, USA, the tricky triangle where the IndyCars have just taken the green flag for their second and final practice session before they qualify later this afternoon. And as we come up closer and closer to the speeds we saw this morning, Juan Montoya just turned a 2:19.6. That put him number one, followed by his teammate Will Power. Sato goes number one, 2:22.2. First through the 222-mile-an-hour barrier. Yellow flag comes out.
That is Jack Hawksworth.
Down in the middle of turn one, there's a pretty nasty little bump. Normally when you're at speed, it doesn't make that much of a difference, but when you start to trim, you can really feel it. We talked about how these guys said they weren't going to trim that much, but to me it looked like Jack just got a wiggle going over the bump. Then the car started to take off towards the gray. He added more steering to the front, and then as the front gripped, the back of the car just snapped around and popped him into the wall. But it looks like they're getting Jack out with no trouble at all. Tough break, that one, but it's something I saw happen here several times last year.
Just went into one, and I'd been pushing through there before and understeering through there before, and went in this time and just got loose, and I went into the wall. So not really sure what happened. It happened very quickly, and it snapped, and we ended up in the wall. So disappointing day.
Green flag, and we are back to practice for the Verizon IndyCars. And Power goes to the top of the order. Power runs a 2:22.475. Checkered flag now flies. This session, the second practice session for the Verizon IndyCars, has concluded with Will Power number one, Munoz two, Kanaan three. Graham Rahal got into fourth, and Mikhail Aloshin, he is now fifth. Qualifying for the Verizon IndyCars in their final preparation for tomorrow's running of the Pocono 500-mile race.
Well, and Helio is playing a little bit hurt. Last week in Houston, well documented, his crash with Sebastian Bourdais, and the inside of his thumb, kind of on the pad inside the thumb, is very sore. He believes he's partially torn a ligament, no broken bones.
Helio had two really great laps, one right after the other. Both of them, in fact, new track record pace at this track.
And it is now Joseph Newgarden that is on the track. Newgarden's got the wall. He got it coming off of turn two.
That car has come to a stop with the driver pointed towards the wall. It's right in the middle of the track.
Marco Andretti looking for a pole run here in Pocono.
And in fact, running on a pole pace, his first lap at 222.677 miles an hour. And as he comes to the checkered flag, he's completed his run, and he does it to put himself in the number one position. And Takuma Sato puts in his second lap at 222.793 miles an hour. New track record, new pole sitter, and it is Takuma Sato. And we have a new track record and a new pole sitter. The name is Will Power, and he's up in the 223-mile-an-hour category, 223.725 miles an hour. Last run of the day, and it's going to be the pole-sitting run. Checkered flag for Juan Montoya. Second lap, 223.822 miles an hour. Overall average, a record 223.871 miles an hour, and Juan Montoya is on the pole.
Fun to get our first Verizon P1 award. We're running the PPG car this week, and everybody at PPG and Chevy and everybody that supports Team Penske is amazing.